counting down the top 5 moments in rugby for me in the last year, beginning with number 5, talking about the Springboks' absolute destroying of the All Blacks at Twickenham 35-7, the last World Cup warm-up game leading into the tournament. Makes my number 5 spot. What an absolutely beautiful game, and what an amazing effort by the likes of Kurt Lorenza and everybody involved. So that would be my number 5 of this year. Number 4 on my list of top 5 rugby moments of 2023 was a big one for me, meeting and interviewing the former Argentinian national team coach Mario Ledesma. Probably one of the most high-profile guys I've ever met in this sport, and it was absolutely a joy to meet him. He was around here briefly with the local Major League Rugby side, and I even had a chance to do an interview with him. There's a video of it online. But, yeah, just absolutely crazy to sit down and talk to this guy who's been in the game for, 30 years, and to just kind of pick his brain a bit about this game that we all love so much. But, yeah, definitely number 4 on the list was meeting and interviewing Mario Ledesma. Rugby moment number 3 for 2023 for me would be the end of the Tonga Springbok pool match in the Rugby World Cup. The absolute show of spirit and heart by the Akalitahi Sea Eagle of Tonga. What a great game it was. Ben Tomofina, their captain, absolutely a wrecking ball throughout the entire game. And just the show at the end of the game with them praying with the Springboks, wishing them luck for the continuity of the tournament. And it just really, I've been a big fan of Tonga since 2007 World Cup when we also shared a pool with them. It was an absolutely great team. And I've always had a real close affinity with that team. Talk pretty regularly with the leading scorer in Tonga history, Kurt Morath. He actually lives here in Texas. But that makes number 3 this year for my rugby moments. Rugby moment for 2023, number 2. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what the frick? How is this number 2? What is number 1? Number 1 is an even bigger one for me. I think some of you might know what it is. But number 2 was the Springboks going back-to-back, winning the 4th Rugby World Cup, having a 50% championship run. That means they've won half the World Cups they've played in. It wasn't the most beautiful of victories, but it was a proper one, and you definitely felt very, very good, even thinking back, just because of the journey we all went on together via my YouTube and whatnot. And it was just such a crazy tournament, and losing to Ireland in the pool round and hoping to play Ireland again in the final, then Ireland getting knocked out. But this was moment number 2 for me this year. It was absolutely a beautiful moment in rugby history, and I was just glad I was there to witness it, not in person, but on television from my studio. Actually, from my living room. I watched that in the living room. The final was a living room. We got the lady dog getting cheese for the Springboks winning and becoming like the new kind of slogan, "We want cheese." Lady always wants cheese whenever I'm watching a rugby game because, she wants my side to win regardless of who I'm cheering for. But rugby moment number 2 for 2023, the Springboks lifting the Webb Ellis Cup high once again. And now for the number 1 moment in rugby for me in 2023. You have to go back to April of this year, and really no question asking my girlfriend at the time, Jess, if she would marry me at a halftime of a rugby game in Houston, Texas between the Sabercats and the Jackals. And of course she said yes, and she moved in with me a couple of months later. And I know it's not, this was my list of things that happened with rugby that I really, the big 5 things that happened this year that were really big for me. And I just, I don't think I could get any bigger than obviously this. I still look back at this day and I'm just absolutely happy, obviously, but still just like, what an amazing day, what an amazing way for me to ask her. Of course she said yes, obviously, but it was just, it's been a wild ride for me and Jess, and it just continues to be, even through the struggles. I'm not talking about we don't fight or anything, but just through, adult struggles, finances, that kind of thing. there's still not a single person I would rather go through all of this with other than her. And I love her so much and can't wait to marry her this coming summer and show her the world. But yeah, number one in 2023 was obviously, getting engaged at a rugby game.